But yeah, welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is Wednesday, the 19th of June, 2013. And I'm not having a very good day. I mean, I feel like, every time I get into my I'm talking mode, I feel a lot of things coming against me to discourage me, to make me feel like but I know what I'm talking about. I don't listen to fools. I don't listen to people who live in fear, you know what I mean? And neither should you. You should avoid and ignore people who try to stop you from doing what you're doing because that's the enemy's tool. The enemy uses other people as tools to get between you and your destiny. And I know that very well. So don't let other people tell you that, oh, you know, um, be stupid and just wear a football jersey and drink beer all day because that's what everybody wants you to do. And it's because everyone's really scared of reality, Everyone's really scared and they have a funny way of showing it. Hurt people hurt people. Let's just be honest. People that hurt are just that's what they do. They hurt other people and they don't know what they do. So yeah, man. I mean, I wish I could, like, you know what I mean. Sometimes just help people understand these things, but it's not up to me. It's up to them to be willing to accept the truth and know that. So, anyways, I got didn't mean to rant right off the bat, but WND politics, because I'm just saying, you guys. For me, this isn't easy to do. Not because it's hard in my mind. It's hard because in my environment, I'm not encouraged by anybody to speak about this stuff. As a matter of fact, I put myself in a lot of danger by saying this stuff to you because people around me don't like it and they want to go against me about it. So, it's not easy. It really isn't. And I hope you appreciate people like Alex Jones and people who are out there that speak the truth and aren't cowards, man, to this world. I mean, because this world is stupid. Everyone wants to be stupid and just love money and love selling out. And, it's just a tool of the devil, man. And I hope you guys are encouraged a little bit. And I hope you get at least something out of my videos. Because what's important to God is how you give things. It's not how, oh, I'm giving so, that means I'm a good person. Your best is as filthy rags before the Lord. How you give to people it comes from your heart, man. I mean, if I'm giving you a little bit of information, it comes from my heart. It comes because I have that type of compassion to tell you the truth. And here we go. DHS trains for U.S. militia with Uncle Sam hats. Forget Islam. Exercises focus on fictional free American citizens group. This is by Aaron Klein on WND. If you want to go look at this article for yourself, it is DHS trains for a U.S. militia with Uncle Sam hats. Well, it's funny because Uncle Sam has always been a propaganda tool in our society. It was used in World War II, I believe, to have that draft. It was like Uncle Sam needs you or he wants you. That's all propaganda. All of it. You know that by going to the military, you're serving a private foreign banker cartel and an interest group, and it's not what you think it is, man. It's not. Someone's got to do it, and I certainly appreciate all the troops and everything that they do. I'm very grateful for our U.S. troops, but let's just put it this way. Unless you're an oath keeper, unless you're not willing to fire on American citizens, then you are just working for the bad guys. You're working for the evildoers in this world. While two brothers reportedly motivated by Islamic fundamentalism were carrying out the Boston Marathon bombing, the city was hard at work planning a mass casualty terrorism training exercise in which the perpetrators were American militiamen whose logos include Uncle Sam hats. The Boston Globe revealed the plot of Operation Urban Shield, a simulation by the Department of Homeland Security costing $200,000. The program was slated to take place last weekend to train local Boston law enforcement agencies to work together to thwart a terrorist threat. The Boston newspaper reported officials from a dozen agencies had been meeting for months to plan the simulation and had already recruited students from Northeastern University and Boston Police Academy to play the parts of terrorists and witnesses. While the vast majority of all terrorist attacks worldwide are carried out by Muslims, the DHS program decided to train for a different set of antagonists. According to the plans obtained by the Boston Globe, the terrorist threat in the exercise was a fictional group called the Free American Citizens, described as a homegrown cadre of militiamen whose logo would be a metal skull wearing an Uncle Sam hat and a furious expression. One official told the newspaper the goal of the simulation was for detectives to figure out the motives of the Free American Citizens group. Now that an eerily similar plot was carried out to deadly effect by the Chechen Muslim Brotherhood or brothers Zohar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev, the Urban Shield drill is reportedly retooling some of the simulation. However, it was unclear whether Islamic ideology would play a part in the future drill. Transit Police Chief Paul McMillan told the agency was slated to participate. Whose agency was slated to participate, told the Boston Globe he anticipates the new training scenario will be similar to the one already planned. Why wouldn't we do it? McMillan said. Just because we had one event doesn't mean that we might not have another one. And it behooves me to continually work together to investigate these types of incidents. Urban Shield is described as a 24-hour exercise meant to test the response police and other public agencies, public safety personnel, and large-scale emergency. Like I said, people, I don't get a parade thrown. I'm the least thought of person I think around, where I'm at. Nobody likes me. Let's just put it that way. It's because I'm not drooling and worshiping the government and gangbanging. Because if I was doing that, everyone would worship me. But since I don't, nobody likes me. And I'm just going to tell you why. Because I can literally tell you the future. If you pay attention to how the government works, then you know how they stage things. You know how they get to take your liberty. They try to take your liberty away by staging events and blaming it on a certain thing. Like they blame guns because people get shot. When in reality, the reason why people get shot is because of mental illness in people. Not because a gun sprouts legs and starts walking around shooting people. That's stupid. You gotta be so stupid to believe in gun control, man. You gotta be ridiculously stupid to believe that the government is gonna take care of you. That's so stupid, you guys. Let's just do a little bit of history here. In Nazi Germany, look at all the people that died, and look at all the Christians that voted for Hitler. That just shows you that just because you believe in God and you think you're a Christian doesn't mean that you're a wise person. Doesn't mean that you're smart. It doesn't mean that you make good decisions. Because you can only do that if you have the guidance of the Holy Ghost in you. You can't have that on your own. You see, the imaginations of the heart are all evil. Nothing good comes out of your flesh, man. You got to live by the Spirit. So, let me see how much time I have here. Because let me just try to break this down for you. Since I know the government stages false events, like false flags, like they blame an 18-year-old on bombing on Patriots Day, a marathon, they used it as an opportunity to roll out martial law. And yeah, it sounds scary, but that's what it is. It's martial law. You lock down an entire city, you tell them they can't leave their houses, and you have militarized police walking around with tanks all over the street. And they even went up to their houses without their permission and walked in through their house to search it out. And they were rude. A lot of people reported that they were very rude, very aggressive. And yeah, they're militarized police. What do you expect? They're not trained to be nice to you. They're trained to kill. They're trained to do what they're told. Dumb. This is like the most obvious common sense but anyways, the government will stage false flags to take away your liberties and blame it on you and then come in and pose as the saviors. They're the bad guys. They want you to feel guilty and you to be the suspect so that they can come in and pose as the saviors. There's a very famous quote from Nazi Germany, a guy that said, "They came for the Jews and I said nothing. They came for the Christians and I said nothing. They came for all the other people that weren't white and blonde hair and blue-eyed and I said nothing. And then they came for me and nobody was left to say anything." I didn't say it exactly right. I didn't say the whole quote word for word perfect, but that's pretty much what he said. He said that while you're scared to say anything, doesn't mean you're going to be safe. It means that they're going to come for you no matter what. The fact that you want to be ignorant and hide from the truth doesn't mean that it's not going to come for you one day. It's just they're purging all the. Right now, I feel like the government it's antagonizing the Christian to do something wrong. The government wants to antagonize Christians so that they can catch us doing someone's going to make a mistake, and then they're going to say, "See, Christians are bad. See, Christians." They're no good because they stand up to the government and they're not scared of anything. they're going to try to paint us as the bad guys, and they already are. We're religious extremists in the army manuals. They tell the army Christians are religious extremists and they're dangerous. That's like the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life, because I don't go around saying, like the Muslims do, that anybody that doesn't believe in what I believe in deserves to die, because that's the Muslim Islamic religion. That's what they believe. And then they want to paint the Christian to look exactly like that. And I don't do that. I don't go around saying kill people. I'm just saying be informed. Think for yourself. Develop a brain that works and that can make its own opinion. Because what people do is they watch the news and they download information off of the news, and it's all distractions. It's all dumb. They're not telling you real issues. Plus, they don't even, when you're done watching the news, you're more afraid and you're more confused than you were before you even watched it. So, if you want to go look at this article for yourself, I mean, I just pretty much read the whole thing, but it's DHS trains for U.S. militia with Uncle Sam hats. Yeah, where they're going to make a homemade, like Barack Obama said in his 2008 inaugural address, or it wasn't his inaugural address, but it was one leading up to his presidency, that we need a militia just as strong as our military. And yeah, that means that you're going to have like a Nazi Germany brown shirt militia going around and harassing all of the law-abiding citizens. This is just another page out of Hitler's book, man. The government acts exactly like every other totalitarian, authoritarian dictatorship that has ever ran. We are an empire, just like Rome, just like Egypt, just like, all the other empires that ever existed that went tyrannical. We're tyrants now. We're the enemy of the world. We go around policing people all over the world. We're bombing innocent people with drone strikes in Syria and in Libya. I mean, dang, man. How much evidence do you need to see that our government is out of control and criminal? How much more evidence do you need? But anyways, come back to my channel. I'm going to report more news in just a second. So hit the subscribe button. You know me, I'm Matt Man, and I report the real news. I'm better than all the corporate whore media bullcrap that you hear. Yo, subscribe.